I'm Monita Rajpal in London. We continue our breaking news coverage of the death of pop legend Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson burst onto the music scene as a child and cemented his image as a bona fide superstar before he was 25. Now, the world is reeling at the king of pop's sudden death. Here is what we know. 12:21 p.m. Los Angeles time on Thursday. The emergency call comes in from Michael Jackson's residence. Both Jackson's personal physician and paramedics try to revive him. 1:14 p.m. the singer arrives at UCLA Medical Center. A team of doctors work on him for more than an hour, according to Jackson's brother Jermaine. 2:26 p.m. Michael Jackson is pronounced dead. By this time, a massive crowd had gathered outside the hospital and the pop icon's home. Today, the Los Angeles coroner will perform an autopsy to determine the official cause of death, but it's believed he died of cardiac arrest. At a news conference in Los Angeles, Michael Jackson's older brother Jermaine described Michael's last moments.
His personal physician, who was with him at the time, attempted to resuscitate my brother. And as did the paramedics who transported him to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. Upon arriving at the hospital at approximately 1:14 p.m., a team of doctors, including emergency physicians and cardiologists, attempted to resuscitate him for a period of more than 1 hour. They were unsuccessful. It is believed he suffered cardiac arrest in his home. However, the cause of his death is unknown until results of the autopsy are known.
Crowds are still gathered at the Los Angeles hospital where Jackson was treated. Paul Verkaman joins us now from outside UCLA Medical Center. Paul, thanks so much for being with us. It must have been just, I guess just to ask what people are feeling is a pretty obvious question, but what are you sensing where you are?
Well, Monita, no, it's a good question because there's a tremendous range of emotions, and we can describe what happened here over the arc of these 9 hours here in Los Angeles. First off, it's 1 a.m., and there's still 50 supporters of Michael Jackson behind me, far over my right shoulder, and they've been sort of singing and chanting at times and dancing and fondly remembering Michael Jackson and what he meant to them. But then earlier in the day, when despair was at full form, Michael Jackson's brothers, and one very tragic scene we had a family friend tell us, they saw Jermaine sitting there with Randy Jackson. They were sobbing, they were holding each other, and they were just overcome by grief at the thought that their brother Michael Jackson, who would have turned 51 years old in August, had died. So yes, a very strong range of emotions, most of it though giving way now to celebration and, as I said, fond recollection of Michael Jackson. Monita?
And I guess when you look around, Paul, when you see the people that are gathered around outside the hospital, one thing that would be interesting and very telling about Michael Jackson's legacy is the fact that the age range of people and fans who loved him.
Oh my goodness, you would be shocked at this. I actually think I saw a 9-year-old just about an hour ago, and then of course we've seen people into their 70s, and among some of the older fans, they were reflecting so far back that they said they remember when Michael Jackson was part of their Saturday mornings here in America, where they would click on the TV and there would be the Jackson 5 cartoon and, you know, young Michael, the child star, center and forefront in this animated form. Then let's go to the other range, sort of the middle school folks, if you will, all of them reflecting on videos like Billie Jean and Beat It and Thriller, and how those in the days when MTV seemed to show videos really secured him as the king of pop in that era. And then the newer fans, that next generation who were introduced by their grandparents even, or their parents, to Michael Jackson, as I said, saw a couple kids that were quite young, maybe as young as 9 years old, out here participating in this event. Monita?
And because he's known and had been known around the world, I think probably the most remote parts of the world, you know, a kid even who wouldn't be able to speak English knows Michael Jackson. But where you are in Los Angeles, does that feel like the epicenter of all the grief?
I think it does, just because there are some people who might be from around the world who would indeed travel to be here and part of Michael Jackson. And these fans, as I said, are such staunch, ardent supporters. I mean, if you talk to them, he is the undisputed king of pop. They say there is nobody who will ever loom larger in pop music history. And they like to point out that Michael Jackson is so imitated, which is true. They say the Kanye Wests of the world and Usher and others basically had a blueprint, I should say, for their dance moves laid down by Michael Jackson, and indeed his legacy will last generations to come.